right, well, there's a few conversations that I want to have just to make sure that I kind of put out there where I'm at. May change. I'm open to change. I like having political discussions because I love to hear what people think. May change the way I think, may reinforce the way I think. Really don't know till you have the conversation, but I'm more than willing to hear people out, see what they think. It's fun for me. And one of the places I get to do that is at the poker table. Watching the video right now, awesome. This toy right here, just got the new lens. Take a peek at that. Pretty sick. This lens right here is a wide angle lens. A foot away from this, it's able to look at me and then zoom out. Look at that. So this is me sitting a foot away. Like, see my arm? It's almost in the lens face. It's about a foot, foot and a half. And it takes a phenomenal picture. Zoom in to get real. So anyway, real quick, played poker last night. It was phenomenal. I met Mossy down there. We both did really, really well. It was one of the best games that I've played in at least a year. There was over, gosh, probably maybe $5,000 on the table, and it was stellar. A few missteps, ran a big hand into aces, somehow walked away only losing about half of my stack, which was still, I mean, that's a lot. Half of your stack at any point of a loss is a ton of money. I was able to dig out. I picked up aces in an interesting spot. It was a guy who's being pretty aggressive. He was playing well. He was up a bunch of money. And I just kind of felt like he was going after me. Whether he wasn't, I felt like he was because he's calling me light. So I got aces on the button. It's 5 guys have limped to me, so I'm the 6th player. I make it 15 on the button, basically hoping to isolate down to 2, which was typically happening. Or first 2 folded, and then 3rd guy calls 15, 4th guy calls 15, and then the gentleman that we're going to refer to on my right called the 15. The flop comes out King 5-4. Now, when you have aces, it's a pretty good flop. The reason why is because someone who would call $15, maybe with like an ace king, definitely hits that king. They've got an ace. They're in a really good spot. They've got a premium hand, but I still have aces, so I'm still ahead. I make the call. The turn comes a 2. No suits on the board. It's a clean board. There might be a flush draw at this point, but there's no flush. He bets 115, just snaps 115 in the pot, and I go, wow. This guy's pretty strong at this point, or at least he wants me to think he's strong. So I'm cycling through the night the way it's gone. When he's bet out this big on the turn, it's been that he's medium strong. So I'm thinking there's a chance he has 2 pair. He doesn't have a set. He doesn't have that straight, right? Because there's a 2, 4, 5. So you'd have to have like an ace 3, 3, 6. I'm not putting him on that. If he's got that, I just go, good call. You win. Nice job. But there's still a strong chance he has ace king. Small chance he has a set, but I've really kind of pushed off the board him having a set. I figure worst case, he's got 2 pair. But really, in my mind, I decide he could definitely have ace king here. So I think, probably took a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I finally call. In my mind, I want to see a 3. I guess I'm not hating an ace or the board to pair. The tough part is if the board pairs, I don't know if it's good for me. The river is a 4. So we've got king, 5, 4, 2, 4. At this point, he looks at it, but he doesn't look excited. So from what I can read from him, not excited, but he bets nearly $200, about 187, something like this. I just call because I don't want to overthink it. It was a line that I took. I was pretty sure that, I was either a winner or I completely misread it. He had a set and I was way off base. Now, you remember I said that the guy was kind of going after me. He had king 5. He called pre-flop $15 with king 5. That's fine. He can do it. He had over $1,600, $1,800 in front of him. I only had about $400, $500. Anyway, long story short, huge win last night. It was a great night for me. That hand kind of was the cherry on top. I told myself I was going to lead by 9. I was still, up a little bit, but not as much as I had hoped. So I said, I'll leave by 10. I'll leave by 11. I'll leave. And I left by midnight, which was fine. Got home, spent a little time with the wife, and then got some sleep. But Man, poker's been going great. Since me and Mossy have been back at it, he's up over 1,000 in 4 sessions. I'm up over 1,000 in 3 sessions. It has been awesome. The way that I was running and just school and all the other constraints, but I've really gotten school under control. I feel like I can do school well. I'm utilizing my time better than I had. And so I'm going to try to get up to playing 2 days a week, and it should be great. So I will keep you guys up to speed, keep myself up to speed. It's good to know where you're at, where you're going, and kind of just the steps along the way, where I'm at mentally with poker, and also kind of where I'm at with everything else. I'll show you guys this real quick. I did get another new toy, which is pretty cool. And this is the Gorilla Pods, which is pretty sweet. These right here are aluminum balls with the rubberized around. They hold up this camera just absolutely phenomenally. And we've got this right here. You twist this just to loosen it up, and now this camera, is on a rocker, which is pretty cool. So you can see how much that rocks. And you twist the just slightly smaller one here on this side, and then it's on a swivel, which is pretty cool. You can see that this thing has got a lot of flexibility for doing your camera work on the move. So I am very excited about this camera setup. I have reached out to a gal that I'm going to school with named Jessica. Helps to run a nonprofit called Hike It Baby. What it is an organization that promotes hiking with children, helps teach young families how to hike with children, keeping people active, enjoying the outdoors. We live here in Oregon. If you love hiking, Oregon is insane for hiking. We've got so much out there. Whether you want to go hike the desert, we've got high desert. Whether you want to go hike in a rainforest, we've got rainforest. If you just want to see beautiful terrain, mountains, we've got it. We've got it all. So Jessica's got someone that works within their organization who has a child who has been able to use this as they are involved in Hike It Baby instead of physical therapy. So they need some help with being able to, move and do their stuff. They are mobile, but it's not easy. But with Hike It Baby, they're able to see their peers and other people do it and have those people helping them, and it's motivational for this individual. So I'm very excited. We're going to look into telling that story. I also reached out to a friend of mine that does the doggy daycare, which you'll see more videos about that as I'm able to get down to California. And he's very interested in doing a day in the life of one of his pups. So with a few of the pups, he's got a situation where, they're at their house with their owner, with their human, and they call down and say, hey, would you come pick up my pup? I don't have time to run him down to you. My buddy says, hey, no problem, shoot over there. So we're gonna do a grab the pup, bring the pup down to the village pup, and then do some really cool video shots of the pup hanging out around the facility itself. So it's going to be really cool. Really looking forward to that. My whole day in the life series that I'm going to try to put together. I think that what people do is really interesting. And for me, when I was young, I didn't have the opportunity to see what a lot of people do, or I didn't maybe notice, or I didn't take advantage. I didn't really ask, hey, could I come see what you do at work? And so I think it would be really cool to show some people that here on YouTube. For me, just a lot of fun, do the cinematography, see what's going on, tell their story. This is what they do at work. This is how it works. And hopefully someone will see one of these videos and go, wow, that's really cool. I could see myself wanting to do something like that. And if you do see one of these videos and you're interested in more information, put something down in the comments. These people that I'm reaching out to, they really do want to see other people be successful, and they wouldn't have an issue with doing like a day shadow or other things like this. And I think that for young people out there, if you're watching this, go shadow somebody. I have a friend of my wife's that she got a degree in veterinary medicine. She went to go work as a vet after getting her degree, did not like it, didn't enjoy being a vet because she had to put the animals down, and she just couldn't get past that after several months of doing it. It's unfortunate when you go get a degree as focused as that, and then it turns out you don't enjoy the work. So if you have the opportunity, go out there and try it. See if it's something you like while you're going to school. If it's not, change your degree. right? Get the degree that's going to work for you, hopefully long term. Obviously, there's nothing perfect. You can always change your mind, but at least get out there and work in your degree. Work in it. Do it. If you want to be an accountant, go get a job in an accounting firm, just helping out, learning. See what it is they do. Learn what they do. That way you can kind of figure out for you what you want to do. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. But I'm very excited. I got a few more shots from a Pokemon adventure that I did with a couple of Mossy's kid, his kid and then his nephew. My girls were out there. We interviewed the best Pokemon player in the world, so look forward to seeing that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.